Hello everyone. This is more of a bit of a rant video. Yeah, not overly ranty, but just one that I want to put together. As you know, excuse me, this is a rental, and we've bought a house down in Contanin. So we let the real estate here know last week that we have bought a house and that we will be moving at the end of our lease. She probably won't be before then because the house is being done up down there. So that's that. So we told her, and I remember her saying, "Oh, I'm so excited! I'm so glad you bought your own house, but oh my goodness, you're such good tenants. The owners are going to be so disappointed. Oh gosh, I hope they can get people like you." And I thought, I said to her, "Oh, that's a lovely thing to say, and I appreciate you saying that. Thank you." And she said, "Oh, you've done stuff to the garden, and so real big praise up." And I do appreciate that because we have worked hard out there and what have you. So she went back and she told the owners, and the owners went, "Oh no. Oh no, gosh, So they must have sat on it, and then they contacted a different real estate agent and have decided to put it up for sale, which is fine because we're moving anyway. We've got our own house. And do you know what? I actually don't blame them because having tenants down in Katanning, it's stressful. Having tenants is stressful. It's not like what you think it would be. Oh, they can pay the mortgage and no. So anyway, so the new real estate's contacted me to see if they could come and have an appointment with me today to do a strategy. That's what the word they use. So they came and they explained how they have home opens. Fine. The house is to be sold. People have got to be able to see it. But it's not as easy as that with this mob. So he's got a professional photographer come in, and they're coming as well to take photos. So he said, "We would like to present the house as if it's a show home." And I'm like, "But it's lived in." So he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I've shut Smokey away." I'd already explained about Smokey. I said, "I've shut him away so that we can talk." I said, "Otherwise you're going to go home with Band-Aids on." I said, "Because he will attack you." And he said, "Okay, so can you and Smokey go out when we have the home opens?" The answer to that was no. Smokey doesn't go out. They say, "Oh, can you shut him in a cage?" No. "Can you go and sit in the car with him?" No. No. This is Smokey's home till we move. So then they come up with, well, maybe he can go in the laundry. Now, yes, because his kitty litter's in there. I could put a food bowl in there and a big bowl of water. That's not a problem. So that worked out okay. Then he says, "Oh, could you go in there with him?" Again, no. I want to keep an eye on these people coming through my home. This is my home while I'm renting it. And he went, "Oh." And he said, "Well, they can see the laundry through the window the other side, the sliding door the other side." I said, "Yeah, which will be locked, so they won't be able to open it." So he said, "Okay." So we got that bit sorted. So the cat's going in the laundry. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not sitting outside. 43 degrees heat? I don't think so. So now I've got a cup on my coffee table because I'd had a coffee just before they came. So he said, "Oh, for the photos, can you not have a cup on the coffee table?" I'm like, "Okay." "Also, can you remove anything to do with Smokey, all his toys, all his food bowls, his scratching pole?" I said to him, "You can do it." And he said, "Oh, if you don't mind." He said, "Well, we'll just tidy up a few things and move things for the photos." I said, "That's fine. That's absolutely fine. If that takes a better photo and you don't want a scratching pole." I said, "But make sure when you move it, you put it back exactly." where you moved it from. Not even a millimetre out. I said, because Smokey knows where everything is. I said, and he won't be happy. He said, okay. So that was okay. So we've got through that bit. So, yeah, so like I've got 2 papers on the coffee table at the moment because Nigel hasn't read them. So I leave them there. And once they're read, they get put away for packing and stuff. So, fine. Absolutely fine. Not a problem. So then he says, can you move the white car that's in the driveway? I said, what for? He said, well, it's not appealing. We want to take photos of the driveway without a car in it. I said, well, actually, I don't drive anymore due to an illness. I said, I can't drive anymore. I said, so no. He said, oh, can Nigel move it, maybe put it down the road? And I said, no, because there's nobody to bring it back if he's not here and he's down in Katanning. He said, oh, is it automatic? And I said, yes. He said, oh, do you mind if I just pull it out while they take photos and then I'll pull it back in again? I said, fine. Absolutely fine. So we've settled that one. So anyway, so then he says, right, we have home opens on a weekend and we have it the Saturday and the Sunday. Couple of hours Saturday, couple of hours Sunday. And he said, so Smokey will be in the laundry. And I said, yeah. I said, what I'll do is I'll put a big frozen cold bottle in there too that he can put his head on and what have you. I said, that's fine. So I said, but I'm not going out. This house comes with me at this point in time. I said, so I won't be going anywhere. I said, I'll probably be sitting out. I said, but when it comes towards them going to my bedroom, I said, I might actually follow them. I don't know. We will see. So, okay. So that's sort of worked out okay. So then he said, oh, and then he looked around and he said, have you got anything that could be broken? I said, how's anything going to be broken? I said, don't quite understand that. And he said, oh, when kids come through. And I went, no. I said, I've agreed to everything. I said, I've met you more than halfway. I said, this one is a no children. And he said, why are you so firm about that? I said, because I have bought and sold houses in the past and sold a house ourselves. We didn't have a real estate. And I said, we turned around and there was a kid jumping on the bed. He said, oh, but we don't let that happen. I said, you don't let it happen. I said, you probably would tell them to get off if that. I said, but then they've already done it. I said, so that argument is no children. No children. And he said, oh, you're not even meet me halfway. I said, I bet you have more than halfway. Everything you've wanted. And at first I've said no. You've come up with a solution and I've gone, oh, okay. I said, I'm saying no children. I said, if kids get out the car, I said, I'm locking the door. I said, because I have antiques here. I have quality stuff. And I don't want any rugrats touching it, And I must ask when they come to do the photos on Thursday what their insurance is like. Because I've heard just recently, I heard when somebody had when somebody had a home open, they actually went out. Because they had dogs, but they could take the dogs for a walk. And they went out and took the dogs for a walk while the home was open. And then they came back and what have you. And it wasn't until a couple of hours later they noticed a few things had been stolen. So I must talk to them about that. I hadn't thought of that actually until a little while ago. Yeah, only because I've just read it actually on Facebook. So I'll talk to them about that. Because I don't want anything. But if I'm here, can't very well say to them, can we search you before you leave the house? No. But anyway, most people, the houses that we've sold, we've never ever had anything stolen. So I think that was really just bad luck. But then we've never gone out. We've never ever gone out. We've been there. So yeah, so I think this is what's going to happen this time. Will definitely be, well, I will be here anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, they wanted me to. At first, they said, "I'll put Smokey on a lead." He's never been on a lead. Then they said, "Shut him in something." You don't do that to a cat that's 9.2 kilos. That's never had a lead on. That's allowed to do his own thing for 13 years. No, he comes first. He comes first and foremost. So yeah, so I feel that I've well, I've said what I wanted to say to them. You know, I'm nearly 70. I'll be 70 in 2 weeks. I'm not one for beating around the bush. Years ago, even up to about 50, I would have been going, oh, okay. And then when I turned 60, I learnt the word no. And because, you know, when you're doing that, okay, yeah, that's fine. Deep down, it's not fine, and you get all fired up in your belly and you get cross with yourself, and it's not good for your health. So now it's best to say exactly what you think, what you feel, because if you don't, people are just going to walk over you. And I have that anyway. Which I can't stop at this point in time. So I'm not going to let strangers do that to me. I just wish I had a little bit more. This fire in my belly that I have for things like this, I need it for something else, something more personal, but you don't want to hear that boring stuff. So I actually hope this hasn't been boring to you, because yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want the owners to sell it. It's like I said, you know, it's a nightmare having tenants. It really is. And like our real estate, Nikki, said to us, she said, oh gosh, we're going to have to try and find someone as good as you. Well, to me, that was such a compliment. And like I said to her, thank you so much for saying that. I said, you know how much that pleases me. You know, and credit's due. That was lovely of her. She needn't have said that. She could have just kept taking her photos and kept quiet. So to me, that was such a nice thing to say after all the trouble we've had with them to begin with. So that came good in the end, which is lovely. Yeah. So anyway, photos will be taken this week by the end of the week, and we will see. What's the law about them actually taking photos to advertise this house if your property's in the photos? Like if your own belongings, like your own furniture and mats and bookcases, and I wonder what the law is about that. Yeah, because I know when the photos get taken, when it's like house inspection, the 3-month, they do try really hard not to get any of your furniture in the photos, because a couple of times she's gone, oh no, hang on, I've got to move that. There's a piece of your furniture in it. So, that's an interesting one. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, I'm not worried that it's going up for sale, because luckily we've got our home. We bought our home. Yeah. So, and I hope the owners do get what they want for it, because it's. So I was just looking at a message of a bride just messaged me. Yeah, it's an okay home. It has a lot of problems. They asked me today what problems did it have, and I was like, why are you asking me? So I told them a couple of things, but they said they knew about them, so the owners had told them. I said, oh, well, that's fair enough. I told them about the crime in this area, and I told them what happens at the block next door, and they went, oh, and I said, you need to be honest about that. I said, and so they said, yeah, okay, yeah. So, but, I mean, we've bought a 100-year-old house, and if we bought this house, which we're not going to, there's quite a bit of stuff to be done in this house. Yes, the 100-year-old house, it's structurally sound. It is so solid and so sound. But obviously, we're doing up. All the carpets have been ripped up. The lino's been ripped up. There was a floorboard that needed fixing. A new one's gone in. So we're doing it up from scratch because we've virtually ripped everything out and starting like from the beginning. And keeping it in its old worldy charm as well. It's going to be so nice when it's finished. And I must admit, I can't wait. I can't wait to get into it. Got so many plans because once it's like the carpets are down, or the painting's been done, then we virtually can move because, and the carpet's down. Yeah, once the carpets are down and the painting's done, the rest of the stuff can be done around that because I want an ensuite built and there's room for an ensuite. But I'm quite happy to live in it for a few months without an ensuite and just use the main bathroom. It's not got to have it now. Definitely got to have it, but and the concrete for the outbuildings is being poured. The man's doing them in 2 weeks, so that's exciting. And 3/4 of an acre. I know. And the horse is already coming over to Nigel when Nigel goes down on the weekend to do more fixing up. As soon as he hears Nigel now, he comes running over, trotting over. Yeah, making his horsey noise, which I won't even try to do. Because Nigel goes to the fence and talks to him and rubs his nose so country lifestyle. Is it going to be forever? Who knows? I mean, the house is already valued at more now with what's been done, so who knows? And a gold mine's going through down there anyway, so and that means that houses will triple. So watch this space. Who knows? And I'm 70, so who knows length of time. I feel, I'm not going to talk morbid. That's terrible. Shouldn't have even said that, but yeah. Oh, and that was another thing. They were talking about home open, and I said, you won't be doing a home open on the long weekend. And he said, what's the dates of those? And I said, 2nd, 3rd and 4th of March. And he went, is there a reason? I went, yeah, I'm 70 that weekend and it's going to be house full. So, yeah. And he said, oh, okay, we'll put that's not an option. No, I said, it's non-negotiable. So, anyway, my lovelies, if you liked this content and you're watching this on YouTube, can you please thumbs up, please like, subscribe. Tell me what sort of content you want, because my YouTube channel is very, very tiny. It's all right, I was reading something top of me. If you're watching this on my Instagram account, hi, how you going? Please like. I'd love you to like. It's not a private account, and so if you're somebody new to it, and again you've looked through some of my stuff and you like it, please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I'd love that. Or subscribe to me on YouTube. I'd also love that. And so because there's going to be although the house is being done up now, and obviously no footage is being taken because he doesn't know how to do it. But once I get in, there's going to be I've got some footage of how it was to I'm going to make it. So there's going to be that sort of content as well, doing up a 100-year-old house. So I'd love to bring you along with that. I'd love to see it. And maybe even somebody might say, why don't you try this or why don't you do that? Because I'm sure there's some experts out there that think, oh, I wouldn't have done it that way, and might say, why don't you do such and such? And I could think, I've never thought of that. what a fantastic idea. Thank you so much. And then I can do it because I appreciate all of that. Okay, my lovelies, thank you for getting to the end of this. This has gone for 20 minutes. Okay, I better stop now. Okay, bye.